Hey everybody, I have a new video for you today. I'm going to be working in my Me, Myself, and I project. I have a lot of stamps here. I have this beautiful pattern paper from Journals of Life. I have some pink washi and some Catching Rays and pink champagne dyes inks from Catherine Poehler. And then I also have some punches there that we're going to play with. So if you haven't yet, run, don't walk, over to Paige Evans' channel and check out the video she did for a 5-year YouTube anniversary hop. She made this gorgeous, amazing herringbone pattern. It was so fabulous that I decided to adapt it and create an entire background with the herringbone pattern for my video today for my project that I'm going to be doing, my pages in my journal. So I have a 1.5 inch punch here, and I am punching two squares from every pattern in this paper pack. This paper pack is so pretty. I will leave a link for it below if it is available. It is from a lovely small business called Journals for Life Stamps. So next up, I'm going to go ahead and cut these squares in half, and I'm going to ink them up using some Hickory Smoke Distress Oxide ink. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to create this entire background using this herringbone pattern. So I cut a sheet of just plain white cardstock to 4x8. And now I'm covering it with all of these beautiful patterns. I'm alternating the patterns a little bit, just making sure that for the most part, two of the same patterns are not beside each other. I made it a point to go ahead and fill in all of the entire background. So I'm going to trim off and then take the offcuts and kind of fill in more until I have this entire background covered with the herringbone pattern. And it turned out just awesome. I kind of love that. So now I can keep this side of my page really simple. I have a photo, and I'm not even going to mat it on anything. I'm just going to ink around the edge of my handmade pattern paper. Let's call it that. And then I'm going to put down my photo. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use this stamp set. This stamp set just says my favorite place. I'm going to stamp it with some Catching Rays ink from Catherine Poehler. And then I'm going to use my label punch from EK Success to punch a little label. And then I'm just going to place it kind of overlapping my photo. So I will leave the links to Hibba's journaling prompts. This is for my Me, Myself, and I album. So you can grab these set of prompts if you want. I'm working through my prompts out of order completely. And I've also added a couple of prompts that I want to do at the end of my album. So I'm really going to make this project quite my own. I'm making it my own. Let's say that. I'm also allowing myself to take all year to create this album, not just for 1 month. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this side of my page into my album. This album is a spiral bound Traveler's Notebook sized album. It's also from Journals for Life company, so you can grab one of those. And I purchased all of these supplies. I'm not on a design team. I really enjoy supporting a small business, and so I really love her stuff. She wait till I get into like the books and the coffee, because she makes the best stamps. Speaking of stamps, here come all of the stamping bloopers. So I had so many people comment and tell me that they enjoyed my cherry on top video from last week, where I kind of just left all the stuff that I messed up in my stamping, because I wanted to show you guys that, you know what, you can be stamping for years and you can have all the fancy tools and you can still make mistakes and have issues and problems and have to kind of create on the fly. And so everyone said they really enjoyed that. So here's what we're going to do. The prompt I'm using for Hibba's Me, Myself, and I is called the Home Away from Home. I am using this adorable stamp set from Jen Scow, and I'm going to go ahead and put my prompt up at the top. I'm not numbering my prompts I have them kind of numbered or organized in my album with hot pink Post-it notes. But when I actually do the pages, I'm not putting the numbers in. I just don't feel like I need to or want to. But I am putting the prompt titles in. And so this is for the Home Away from Home prompt. And that is what I am stamping. I'm taking this adorable stamp set from Jen Scow. I'm using pink champagne ink from Catherine Pooler. I'm using my Misty as a stamping base, not so much using the door. I like to show you guys that I do this because I think sometimes when you're scrapbooking and you're stamping something like a title, that's where you kind of go, well, maybe I don't need a Misty because I don't want to open and close the door while I'm stamping a title. But that foam and the base of a Misty is so lovely for stamping on that you still need a Misty. So I've got the Home Away from Home title and it's looking fabulous. This is the Big Sur alphabet from Kelly Purkey. And in my head, I wanted to use the Catching Rays ink and I wanted to stamp this title. And I didn't mind so much if it kind of went off the edges. So the Home Away from Home that I am going to be documenting is my cousin's house. I generally go there every summer for a week or two. She lives out in the woods. I mean, she doesn't just live out in the woods. She lives out in the woods. There's no cell phone service where she lives. She has a beautiful, amazing property. It's literally like staying at a 5-star hotel for 2 weeks, except you're staying at a 5-star hotel for 2 weeks with your very best friend. It's so much fun. So that is definitely 100% my Home Away from Home. I didn't get to go this year. I'm super bummed. But yeah, I hope I can. Maybe we can go this year. Maybe. Because I miss her and she really is my best friend. So I couldn't fit Crystal across all the way. So I put Crystal, yeah, we have a name for it. We call her house Crystal Cove. Like, it has a name. And I stamped Crystal, but it wasn't going to fit. So I split it up on the, where the syllables were. And I hated it. It was terrible. It wasn't going to fit. I needed a new stamp set. So I went ahead and I grabbed a 4-inch wide sheet of paper and I got the Catching Rays and I changed out my alphabet stamp and I still couldn't fit Crystal Cove across the middle. Because I thought, well, I'll just make a band across the old stamping, same package, same sheet of paper, and it'd be fine. That didn't work either. Okay. Round 3 of stamping Crystal. I am going to go ahead and just do it above and make them 2 separate. Like, I really wanted them to make a band across the middle of my page, but obviously that's not going to work because Crystal is too big a word. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to trim my words so that we have 2 kind of small strips. One that says Crystal, one that says Cove, and trim them out. Now, I know that my Home Away from Home, it looks very, very light on my camera, but in person, you can read it quite easily. So, I had leftover squares, right? Yes! I cut too many of the squares for my herringbone pattern, and because I kind of recycled the offcuts to finish the pattern, I ended up with just enough of these squares that I could cover up my stamping faux pas. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of make a band across the middle because remember I said I wanted a band that had the stamping with the name of my with the name on there. So now I'm just going to add a bit more pattern to that band. Once I had those pieces of scrap pattern paper on there and my Crystal Cove finally had a spot that I liked it, I'm going to use some of this light pale pink solid color washi. I am in love with solid color washi. I only have this pale pink one. I want oodles and oodles more, so if you know where I could get my hands on some solid color washi, leave a comment below because I need some in my life. I also need these adorable little circle washi dots that Hiba uses in her videos, and I can't find those anywhere either. Ugh. So I'm going to flick through the papers. I know I need something across the bottom, and I'm going to stick with the pale pink that I got going on here with the stamping and the washi. And I'm just going to go ahead and use this, I think I used that one. It's like a polka dot. And I'm just going to cover the bottom of my page with this polka dot pattern paper and then adhere it into my book. And that is where we're going to call this spread done. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this process and that I left all of my stamping bloopers in it. Have a wonderful, wonderful Friday, and I'll see you guys again on Monday, and I have a Wild Whisper layout for you then. Bye.